But Loli right now is very, very ill, terminally ill.
With cancer? Or?
No.
No?
For the past 15, 16 years, she's had lupus.
Oh.
And then on the exact day of our Blessed Mother's first apparition, on July 2nd, she was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis in the final stages.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, people would hear that and think, well, wait a minute, these kids were especially blessed to see the Blessed Mother. Why would that occur? Why would she have to go through this kind of suffering? Couldn't the Blessed Mother just reach down and say, look, let's ask Jesus to heal you?
Well, our Blessed Mother didn't promise that they were going to live a charmed life. As a matter of fact, she told Loli that out of the 4, she would have one trial after another for the rest of her life.
Why?
And this had to be offered for the sanctification of the priests. And I've known this girl since she was 16 years old, since I went there the first time on June 18, 1965, when St. Michael appeared with Our Lady's final message. And I've known her very, very well. And I can tell you, her life would give the worst soap opera on television a run for their money, because she has had one trial after another.
And how does she deal with those? How does she shoulder all those crosses?
It's hard. In other words, there are also times when she says everything looks very dark. There's no light. Her faith is on the line.
So she's tempted to get angry as well, like everybody does.
I'm sure of that. And depressed. And depressed. She not only has physical suffering, but she has mental anguish, terrible mental anguish. And thanks be to God, she has a wonderful husband who supports her in every way, and very strong in the faith. But no, I've seen the suffering. Let me finish. Let me tell you something, Mary Lou.
Okay.
When there's so much to tell you about what has happened in this girl's life, she's walking parallel, her suffering, like the church. You know, the Blessed Mother told these 4 girls in the beginning, the day would come when they would contradict each other and even deny that they had seen her. And they couldn't understand why. Why? When we're seeing you. And our Blessed Mother said, yes, it's going to be because you're going to pass through the same confusion as the church. What confusion? At that time, there was no confusion. Nobody understood these words. In 1961, when she said this, everything just looked wonderful. Lots of good, strong, holy vocations. But Our Lady singled out Loli and said that she would have to offer all her sufferings for the sanctification of the priests.
And when you talk about this confusion, obviously there were people who denied, who didn't believe that she had actually seen the Blessed Mother, and that kind of stimulates that confusion even in their minds as well, because they don't get a lot of support then.
They first of all, they themselves doubt that they've seen the Blessed Mother. All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Why? Because they have no memory recollection.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes things are clearer than others, and they see things. But other times, it's very dark. And they have felt as though, I know Loli did, as though she was deceiving the whole world.
Right. How old were they when it happened?
12.
Each one was? One was...
Mary Cruz was 11.
Okay.
But the point is this, and this is what the audience has to understand. The Blessed Mother came to Garabandal. Yes, she came as a mother, loving, sweet, tender, to show her concern for her children who had taken the wrong road. But she came as a teacher to remind us about the truth of our faith, because she knew that down the road, our faith was going to be on the line and even lose our faith. And because of that, we start to live worse than the pagans. No, our Blessed Mother knew that, and she tried to prepare us. And she prepared us by allowing the children to lose their... It's as if a mystical veil was pulled down, a shade.
She used them as an example
as well. As an example, because the way They were, not that they're not good people, they are very exemplary. Not that they did anything bad, but they were going to be confused like the church. It's the church that she's pointing to. And you know,
well, we've all been given something.
You know the crisis that's in the church now with the priesthood.
Well, we've all been given something special, like they were given something special, and sometimes you forget it. You move on with the rest of your life, and then you get involved in things you shouldn't, and you forget the most important message from God. Now, Conchita, we have a clip, a phenomenal clip from a television show, a live television show from Ireland that was, I guess, taped 20 years ago. Maybe it was live. It's on tape now, but it was aired live 20 years ago in Ireland, and Conchita was on it. And it's very rare because they don't give interviews, still to this day, correct?
They don't like to at all.
Well,
not at all.
This is a very old tape, so we are going to put subtitles on this. But
really have to persist in getting them to open up and talk.
Okay, well, we're going to roll that for the audience right now. We're going to put subtitles on it so that they can understand her more clearly. But I think it's really interesting. I think they'll really like that. Let's look at that now.
Okay. Can I start, first of all, by asking you, you were all about 13 years of age when the apparition started. What did the Blessed Mother look like?
She looked beautiful. Her beauty gives us a lot of confidence the sooner we see her.
And did she wear the same sort of clothes that we are normally accustomed to?
She had white dress and blue cape, but the dress is long.
Yes. What was the reaction of your parents at the time when you first started to talk about the apparitions?
The first day they don't believe, but after see us in ecstasies they believe.
And am I right in understanding, Conchita, that wherever the four of you were in Garabandal, in separate houses or out playing separately and so on, you got the call at the same time?
Yes. We had some kind of feelings inside. We call llamadas. But we are in different places. We are the calls in the same time.
And what was that feeling that you got?
We never can explain the feelings, but the feeling is making us go to the place where the Blessed Mother wanted to see us, or she wanted we see her.
And that was a place called the Pines, is that right?
In different places. The first time we see her is the place is called La Calleja. There's sometimes in the Pines, in different places, in the front of the chair too.
And how many apparitions were there altogether during the two or 3 years?
I don't remember, but a lot of times.
A lot of times?
Yes.
Yes. Now, what did you talk about to her?
We talk about, the first time we talk about a lot of things, but when we see her, it gives us a lot of confidence. People give us messages, we give it to her. We say the rosary with her too.
And was there an angel with her at the beginning, or every time, or what?
The first time we had apparition is one angel. The first time we see her, the angel coming with her, then she coming all alone.